So, the PlayStation 5 Pro reveal time, a new update for a classic title is live now on PlayStation 5, and new first-party games coming this year. Those are the stories we're going to go over today, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. First, yes or no, have you played Astrobot on PlayStation 5 or not? I know this might seem like a crazy question for some people since it's a game that comes with every PlayStation 5, but I've seen people just not play it. I played it, I platinumed it, but of course that's just me. What about you? So comment below yes or no if you played Astrobot or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, new PlayStation 5 Classic update live now. So, this isn't something you see often for classic titles on PlayStation 5, and that is new updates for these games, but that's exactly what happened for Resistance Retribution. Reading from PlayStation Lifestyle, Sony Bend Studio has released the Resistance Retribution Update 1.02 patch notes, which confirms the addition of the highly requested Infected mode plus a bunch of new trophies to earn. We added the highly requested Infected mode back into Resistance Retribution. Playing in Infected mode, James Grayson will wear the Black Spectre uniform with glowing Chimeran eyes. As Grayson, you now possess regenerative health and can breathe underwater. Plus, there's more intel to find and a shiny new weapon to use. Hint, it's the HE.44 Magnum. Added DLC trophy pack for Infected mode. Yes, you read that right. Not only did we add Infected mode, but we're bringing you 3 additional trophies to earn. So adding Infected mode will make fans of this classic title happy, but there's been one thing that's missing, one feature that's been missing from this game since launch, and that is the auto aim feature. We need that added back into the game. It was in the original game, so I'm not sure why they removed it. Hopefully they add it back in a future update because it'll make the game that much more enjoyable. And if you're enjoying the video so far, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community on our way to 150,000 subscribers. Now, diving into the second story of the video, new PlayStation 5 Pro reveal time update. So, the reveal of the PlayStation 5 Pro has been something we haven't discussed as much because it's been the standard situation of it potentially being revealed in September with a November release, which follows the same approach as the PlayStation 4 Pro when it launched in 2016. This was done probably so people keep buying the regular PlayStation 4 to clear out the stock and then just announce the new consoles so people buy those next. That could be the approach this time, but it's a different situation this time than back in 2016. Last time, the PlayStation 4 Slim and Pro were announced at the same time in September 2016. The PlayStation 5 Slim, though, has already been released. It's already been announced. It's already been released, and Sony doesn't need to clear out that stock like they did with the PlayStation 4, since the standard PlayStation 5, the base, the original PlayStation 5 console, that's been cleared out. Those aren't being made anymore. So does Sony really need to wait, since this new PlayStation 5 Pro will be sold alongside the PlayStation 5 Slim until the end of the generation? So this is where Silknith comes into the equation, and I know Jason Schreier commented on him recently. He also responded. We'll get into that in the next story of the video, don't worry. But Silk stated this recently for the PlayStation 5 Pro reveal. The announcement of the PlayStation 5 Pro is tied to the announcement of certain games, but I'm not sure if they'll showcase it at the upcoming event or after August. So the announcement of certain games are potentially tied to the announcement of the PlayStation 5 Pro. I wonder if one of these games is Astrobot, since that game is rumored for later this year as well, and could be a showcase for the PlayStation 5 Pro features like it was for the original PlayStation 5. Regardless, this post makes it sound like there's a potential for the PlayStation 5 Pro to be announced before September. A potential. I want to make that clear. I'll still bet for it to be announced later this year in September based off of history. But again, this time is different since the base PlayStation 5 is gone and the Slim is the standard PlayStation 5 console to buy. It's not going anywhere. Sony doesn't need to clear out that stock since it's staying until the end of the generation alongside this potential PlayStation 5 Pro. We'll see how this goes, of course, but you guys let me know if you think the PlayStation 5 Pro could be announced before September this year or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And now diving into the final story of the video, new PlayStation 5 first-party games set to release later this year. So, as we know, Sony has already stated that they don't have any major existing franchise first-party titles set to release this fiscal year, which goes up until March 2025. So this means don't expect titles like Ghost of Tsushima 2 to release during this time period. It could still be announced during this time period, but it won't release during this time period. And on that point, we heard from Silk that Ghost of Tsushima 2 would be announced at a mid-year event. He recently added that Ghost of Tsushima 2 was meant to be announced last year, but something changed. So this is where Jason came in to comment on that, basically saying he contacted two people at Sucker Punch and they heard no such thing about it potentially being announced last year. That's the only thing he really commented on when it comes to the Silk situation. Silk replied to this basically saying, time will show if he's right or not. And it's also interesting that Jason Schreier still follows him for some reason. I don't know why you follow somebody who you think is incorrect. Maybe on a few things. Maybe he does think he's correct on other things. We'll see how this goes, obviously. But moving on from that Silk situation, he also added that he's heard about two Sony first-party games set to release later this year, with one of them to be very well received. I'm really curious what these are. Astro, we know, is probably one of them. We know Concord is coming as well, but I assume if he was referring to Concord, if Silk was referring to Concord, he'd just say Concord is set to release later this year and it's going to be a well-received title, something like that. So both Jeff and Silk say Sony will be releasing first-party titles this year, with Jeff Grubb adding that they are on the smaller scale, so not major existing franchised releases again, like a Ghost of Tsushima 2. I'm excited to see what this next month event brings. I'm really curious to see if we'll see any of these smaller games like an Astrobot or something like that. But you guys let me know if you're excited to get more Astrobot or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "The Weekend is Here." I'm excited for the weekend. I'm excited to play some more games. Hopefully I finish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth this weekend and start on Rise of the Ronin finally. But that's just my situation. If you're excited for the weekend, destroy the comment section with "The Weekend is Here," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.